Hi, and welcome back to Ivy English. I'm Karen.
And I'm Wesley.
Today is October 18th, and now, as promised, we're going to hear part 2 of the article that we started yesterday, entitled From Bee to Bottle, The Sweet Taste of Honey.
好，我们的中文标题是世上最贵的液体黄金。
Yesterday, we focused mainly on how honey is produced, about how long honey has been around, and the different kinds of bees that produce it and how they produce it. But at the end, we gave you kind of a teaser. It said that there are some rare varieties of honey that are especially prized and expensive. And I said that we would talk about them today, and that's exactly what we're going to do.
好，所以呢，昨天我们其实文章最后有提到，有一些蜂蜜的种类呢是非常昂贵的，非常的这个受到珍惜。所以呢，我们今天就来看看这些很昂贵的蜂蜜。
So here's part 2 of From Bee to Bottle, The Sweet Taste of Honey. In Taiwan, a big jar of honey typically doesn't cost more than 1,000 NT dollars, but there are honey varieties around the world that far exceed this price. One of the priciest kinds of honey is from the Bashkiria region of Russia. Bashkir honey is collected from wild bees that feed on the linden flower. Locally, this rich and aromatic honey costs around 2,000 NT dollars per kilogram, but in other countries it can sell for up to 4,000 NT dollars. Another uncommon honey is found in Yemen, where honeybees gather nectar from the cedar tree. This creates dark-colored honey, which is high in antioxidants. Cedar honey can be priced at over 9,000 NT dollars for a single kilogram. While that may seem extremely high, there are even more expensive kinds of honey to be found. In Israel, there is a type called life mel honey. It comes from colonies that feed on a combination of specific plants, such as ginseng, echinacea, and a vine called Uncaria tomentosa. This kind of honey has an intense flavor and is said to have therapeutic properties. It can cost up to 12,000 NT dollars per kilogram. However, that's only a small fraction of what people pay for the world's rarest honey found in Artvin, Turkey. Known as elvish honey, it fetches over 165,000 NT dollars per kilogram. The honey is harvested from deep in a cave over 1,800 meters below ground. The cave is full of powerful herbs which help create a thick and golden honey, renowned for its powerful medicinal properties. Those fortunate enough to have sampled elvish honey say it is unlike any other food on planet Earth. All right, back to the beginning. In Taiwan, a big jar of honey typically doesn't cost more than 1,000 NT dollars.
好，所以呢，在台湾一大罐的蜂蜜 jar， 就是我们上一次讲到，昨天讲到说这个装蜂蜜通常是用 jar 来算，它的口很宽的，所以一大罐的蜂蜜呢 typically 就是典型的，也就是一般的意思。一般 doesn't cost more than 就它价钱不会超过多少钱呢？价钱不会超过1000块。那在这里这个 doesn't cost more than 各位可以学起来啊 something doesn't cost more than 就这东西价钱不会超过这个数字。
This is a bit of 题外话, but I've noticed that Chinese people in general, Taiwan people included, they really care about money. And they really care about getting a good deal.
Yeah, 就是 getting a good deal 就是东西要买的要够便宜，就是它一定要不能买到贵的意思。Yeah.
I think that's true of humanity in general, but I really, really feel it with Taiwanese, you know, 能不能买到最便宜的?
Yeah.
It's sort of like a game.
Yeah, well, actually, I have some female friends who really enjoy it. Yeah,
they enjoy bargaining.
Yeah.
But not just bargaining, but finding which store or which brand is the cheapest.
You're right, yeah.
But then that gets you in the habit of looking for the cheapest, which is often not the best. You don't always get the best quality. So as I've gotten older, I don't know how it is for you, but I care a lot more about quality now. Some things it doesn't matter if you get them cheap, but for some things I definitely want to pay more and get good quality.
Yeah. Well, you know, but the best thing is you pay less for the same quality.
That happens too. Yeah, and when you do that, you're very proud of yourself.
Yeah.
But there are honey varieties around the world that far exceed this price. Now, this price, of course, means the 1,000 NT dollars we just mentioned.
好，所以各位看到 but there are honey varieties, 就是有不同种类的蜂蜜呢 around the world, 世界上有不同种类的蜂蜜，那这个也是很好的一个 chunk. Far exceed 就是远远超过的意思， exceed 就是超过，远远超过这个 price 这个价钱。那 exceed 那个 seed 那个字根是 go 的意思，走的意思。那 ex 就是 out 或者 beyond， 所以就怎么样 to go beyond something 就是 to be greater than something 的意思。
Something else I want to mention about honey. You probably know that it is a very common term of endearment in English, especially in the U.S. It's what you usually call your partner at home. Honey, I'm going to be late tonight.
好，所以英文里面的 honey 这个字呢，常常是用在跟这个等于是你的配偶啦。
That's right. Or your children.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, honey, put that down. You might get hurt.
Yeah, 所以总之就是在对家人用的 honey.
最亲密的人。
亲密的人，好，就你的小孩、你的这个配偶啊等等的。Yeah.
That's right. But in the southern part of the U.S., and by the way, it's southern. I was going to say in the south. The noun is south, and the adjective is southern. In the southern part of the U.S., they often call people they don't even know well by these endearing terms, especially the word honey. So if you go to a restaurant, the waitress might say, well, what do you want, hun?
但是呢，在美国南方呢，或者通常他们会用 honey 来称呼不熟的人，他没用 honey， 而且常常很简单，就是 hun。
Yeah. And people from the north feel kind of weird about that. I thought, you don't even know me. Why are you calling me honey? But that's just a different culture. It's a culture difference.
Yeah, 所以你如果是从美国的北方到南方去的话，你听到人家叫你 honey， 你会觉得你只是这个怪怪的，跟你没有那么熟啊，你都会叫我 honey 啊。
Yeah, especially hun. They usually use hun.
对，所以呢，这个其实就是南北文化不同啦。Yeah.
That's right. So a lot of these terms of endearment have to do with sugar and sweetness. So you can also call someone sugar. That's the same, very much. Less common, but we still use it. Or sweetheart. Again, it's sweet.
Yeah, 都是跟甜有关。Yeah.
Okay. All right. Paragraph 2. One of the priciest kinds of honey is from the Bashkiria region of Russia.
好 ，pricey 这个字呢，它其实跟 expensive 有一点点不同。pricey 比较指的就是这个价钱高价。好 ，having a high price 就叫 pricey。好 ，expensive 的话就是你觉得貴，所以高价的东西不一定贵。Yeah, 有的东西
Explain it.
哇，有的东西可能，例如说这个它价钱可能蛮高的，可是其实it's a good deal.
Okay.
Yeah, 但是你说贵的话，这个
Oh, you sometimes think it's not worth that price.
Yeah, 贵有的时候会觉得好像这不值得这个价钱。
I think there is that way of looking at it, but for one thing, pricey is often a euphemism for expensive.
Oh, yeah.
So we want to sound
true.
a little more delicate about it. We might say, oh, it's kind of pricey. It sounds less direct than saying, oh, it's really expensive. Because if I say it's really expensive, I sound cheap.
Yeah.
But pricey, I'm just warning you. If you go there, you're probably going to spend more than you thought you would.
对，所以但他们虽然说 pricey 跟 expensive 有这个区别，但就像 Karen 老师刚刚讲的，就是 pricey 常常就是用来 euphemism， 就比较委婉的讲法。因为其实我觉得还是其实道理是一样的。你如果讲 expensive 好像有点 judgment， 但是 pricey 的话就是我只是说价钱有点高，不一定是比较贵。
You're right about that.
Yeah.
You're right about that. Because if you say expensive, you sound like a cheapskate. And cheapskate is a good word to know. That means 小气鬼.
小气鬼.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's just cheap, C-H-E-A-P, and skate is S-K-A-T-E. Cheapskate, one word, C-H-E-A-P-S-K-A-T-E. Don't be a cheapskate. But if you say pricey, you're just warning them. You better, if you go, you better have enough money ready.
Yeah. 好，所以呢，是世界上最贵的一些蜂蜜呢，就有一种很贵的蜂蜜，它是来自于俄国的巴什基尔这个地方，英文就是 Bashkiria 这样念。
Right. And the stress is on the second syllable when we talk about the region, Bashkiria, but we're going to hear the adjective in the next sentence. Bashkir honey is collected from wild bees that feed on the linden flower. So Bashkiria, but Bashkir.
好，所以这种巴什基尔蜜呢，它是 is collected from， 就是由什么采集而来呢？由这个 wild bees， 就是野生的蜜蜂采集而来。那这些蜜蜂它们是 feed on， 它们是以什么为食呢？以这个 linden flower， 就是这个 linden 就是有人讲它的欧椴树，欧洲的欧，那个椴是木头的木字边，在一个这个什么重庆北路一段二段那个椴树。那也有人就直接翻成椴树。那甚至我还看过有人把它翻成菩提树啊，不过我也在我在网络上有看到有人说这个菩提树翻译其实不对，我们这里就讲它的椴树，所以他们就是以椴树的花为食的这种蜜蜂。
And you might think, aren't all bees wild? No, because a lot of them are raised by people.
Yeah, 因为其实蜜蜂很多是人养的。Yeah.
Right. Locally, this rich and aromatic honey costs around $2,000 NT per kilogram. But in other countries, it can sell for up to $4,000 NT.
好 locally 就是在当地，也就是在产地，这个 rich 这种很浓郁很丰厚的，然后呢，而且 aromatic 就是芳香的蜂蜜，它价格大概是 差不多 around 就大约1公斤2000块台币。但是呢 in other countries 就是如果到其他国家买，也就是说不是在当地买的话，它可以怎么样 sell to sell for 多少钱，就是以多少价钱卖出，也就是它的价钱是什么的意思。所以在其他的国家它的价钱可以怎么样 up to 高达1公斤台币4000块钱，所以等于是 double 了。
Another uncommon honey is found in Yemen, where honeybees gather nectar from the cedar tree.
好，那另外一种 uncommon 就是不常见的，你甚至于说是稀有的。另外一种不常见的蜂蜜呢是怎么样 is found in 它可以在哪里看到，哪里找到呢？在也门找到。那 where 就指在也门呢，这些 honeybees 这些蜜蜂他们怎么样 gather 就是采集 nectar 花蜜。从哪里采集呢？从这个习得树上面采集花蜜，所以这个是一种特殊的树，所以它做出来的蜂蜜也是很好吃。
Okay, this is the cedar tree and it's spelled S-I-D-R. You can see that it comes from Arabic. There's no vowel in front of the R. S-I-D-R. We would put an E there in English, S-I-D-E-R or A-R, cedar. In fact, this is translated as buckthorn. I looked it up. This is an Arabic word, buckthorn, which in Chinese is called 沙棘。流沙的沙，然后棘就是荆棘的棘。Yeah, 沙棘. It's buckthorn. Don't mix it up with cedar. Cedar in Chinese is 雪松，松树的松，雪松， and that's spelled C-E-D-A-R. C-E-D-A-R. The wood of the cedar is often used for making wooden boxes, and it has a very nice fragrance, and it's said to also keep bugs away.
所以这里有2种树，一种就是我们这个课文里面的这个 cedar tree， 这个前面那个 C 你可以讲比较短，它是短音。那另外一种呢叫雪松，它的拼法是 C-E-D-A-R， 那就是 cedar tree。那雪松就常常用来，因为它有一种香味，而且听说可以防虫，所以很多东西的包装就会用这种雪松的木头做成。
或者木盒装饰用的，或者那种储存东西的木盒。And also, when I hear cedar, the first thing I think of is the cedars of Lebanon, because they are very, very famous. Lebanon or Lebanon, 两个发音都有。You often hear the expression cedars of Lebanon or cedars of Lebanon. I've heard that recently they have also been badly damaged in the war.
所以这个雪松的话是黎巴嫩他们的雪松很有名，但好像最近因为战争的关系，好像很多也这个受到破坏了。
That's right. Okay, next sentence. This creates dark-colored honey, which is high in antioxidants.
好，那这个就会制造出或产生 dark-colored， 就是深色的这个蜂蜜。那这种深色蜂蜜呢 is high in something， 就含量什么东西的含量很高，所以它的什么东西含量很高呢？ antioxidants 就是抗氧化剂含量很高，那抗氧化剂对身体是很好的。
Cedar honey can be priced at over 9,000 NT dollars for a single kilogram.
Be priced at 就是价格定在哪里，所以这个习得蜜呢，它的价位可以定在超过这个单1公斤呢，就超过9000块钱台币。
While that may seem extremely high, there are even more expensive kinds of honey to be found.
While 就虽然 that 就是1公斤9000块，超过9000块台币呢 may seem 看起来也许是 extremely high 非常高，但是呢还有 even more expensive 还有更昂贵的 kinds of honey 就是蜂蜜的种类 to be found 可以被找到。
So we're going back to the Middle East now. We were just talking about Lebanon. We were talking about Yemen. The next sentence, in Israel, there is a type called life mel honey.
好，那在以色列呢，有一种 type， 就是 a type of honey 的意思，有一种蜂蜜呢，它称之为生命蜜 life mel honey。
Mel sounds like miel, which is the Spanish word for honey. So mel, I'm pretty sure here itself means honey. So it's life honey. It comes from colonies that feed on a combination of specific plants such as ginseng, echinacea, and a vine called Uncaria tomentosa.
好，是 a mouthful.
It's a mouthful.
这不好念啊。
Yep.
所以他说 it comes from 这个蜜是来自于哪里呢？ colonies 就是蜂群。那什么样的蜂群呢？这些蜂群 that feed on 就是以什么为食呢？他们是 a combination of 就是组合，就他们底下几种都吃，好像是个组合一样，套餐感觉起来啊。那是怎么样？特别的一些植物的套餐，这 specific 特定的一些植物。那例如什么呢？这个人参吃人参呢，这个太厉害了哈。
Yeah, 很高贵。
很高贵。然后下面那个 echinacea， 这个就是我们讲这个紫锥菊，这一种药材，它 可以提高人的免疫力。那还有呢，他们也吃怎么样？一种蔓藤 vine 就是蔓藤，称之为怎么样？这个中文叫做钩藤，这样的一种蔓藤。
This kind of honey has an intense flavor and is said to have therapeutic properties.
好，那这种蜂蜜呢，有一个很强的味道，很强的口味，就是它可能吃起来甚至有点，各位可以想嘛，它吃这些东西还吃人参呢，那个
It sounds like 那种中药味。
可能有中药味的 intense， 就是它味道很强的。然后呢 ，it's said to have， 据说它是有怎么样 therapeutic， 就是医疗的，跟医疗有关的 properties， 就是特性，所以它是有治疗的特性，也就是据说它是很有疗效的。
It can cost up to $12,000 NT per kilogram.Up
to 也是高达，它可以 cost， 它的价格可以高达每公斤新台币12000元。
However, that's only a small fraction of what people pay for the world's rarest honey found in Artvin, Turkey.
但是呢 that 就是指1公斤12000块钱台币呢 that's only a small fraction of， 这个也是英文常见的一个语块哈。A is only a small fraction of B， 就是 A 只是 B 的小小的一部分。
For example, you fix this problem, but it's only a small fraction of the real problem.
哇，所以呢，你把这个问题处理完了，但是它只是整个试题里面小小的一部分而已哈。那就听到这种都会整个这个
What are we going to do now?
怎么办呢哈？好，所以呢，那只是一小部分，就12000块只是一小部分。什么东西一小部分呢？Of what people pay， 就是人们付出来的钱。For 就是付出来的钱是买什么呢？买世界上 rarest 最稀有的这种蜂蜜。那这种蜂蜜是在哪里呢？在土耳其的这个阿尔温特这个地方找得到了。换句话说，12000块钱只是你在土耳其买这种阿尔温特蜂蜜，这是全世界最稀有的蜂蜜，你要付出来的钱呢，这个12000块只是其中一小部分而已。
Known as elvish honey,It fetches over $165,000 NT per kilogram.
好 ，known as 就是被称为这个精灵蜂蜜 ，elvish， 因为它就是跟精灵有关。
它并不像 Elvis Presley.
Yeah， 然后呢 ，it fetch 本来是 to go get and come back，
and usually we have a dog fetch a stick.Yeah，
通常你会丢一个棍子，好让狗去捡，那个狗也很好玩啊。这么简单的事情，它就玩得很高兴，它捡回来很高兴，回来跟你炫耀啊，我把它叼回来了。但在 fetch 在这里呢，其实就是 to bring in as a price。所以，例如说，这样这个你在拍卖会上面说这个东西怎么样 ？This item fetched $10,000 啊，就是它可以卖到这个价钱了。所以这里用这个字，感觉起来大家都好像竞相要去购买那种感觉，就是这个价格可以高到这个程度，高到超过呢。每公斤超过新台币165000元。
The honey is harvested from deep in a cave over 1,800 meters below ground. You can also say 1,800 meters, but 1,800 meters draws it out, makes it sound a little more dramatic.
Yeah, 所以你也可以说1800，但是那个就很快就讲完。那你如果说1800，听起来拉长一点，感觉起来比较重要一点。所以这种蜜呢 is harvested from， 就是从哪里采收 ，harvest。就是收获或者采收的意思，在哪里采收呢？是在 deep in a cave， 就是在洞穴的深处 ，cave 是洞穴 ，deep 是深处，在洞穴的深处，而且多深呢？超过1800公尺 below ground， 地底下超过1800公尺，难怪这么贵。你看，人要下到1800公尺，地底下1800公尺的地方才能采到这种蜜。
Why bother?
Yeah.
The cave is full of powerful herbs.Which help create a thick and golden honey renowned for its powerful medicinal properties.
那这个洞穴呢 is full of 充满了 powerful 就效力很强的 herbs 就是药草。那 which 就是指这些 powerful herbs 它可以 help 有助于 create 产生一种 thick 很浓稠的，然后呢 golden 金色的 honey 这个蜂蜜。那 which is renowned for 那个 which is 省略掉，那 renowned for或者 to be renowned for 就是以什么闻名，所以它产生的这种浓稠金色的蜂蜜是以什么闻名呢？以它的 powerful 它很强力的这种 medicinal 就是医疗方面的这个 properties 特性，也就是说它有很强的药效，以这个闻名。
Now here we repeated the word powerful, but we can use it as a kind of emphasis. So the herbs are powerful.And their medicinal properties are also powerful.
那这个句子我们重复了这个 powerful 这个字，不过在这里它有那种加强的效果，就让你这个读完这个句子满脑都是 powerful， 所以东西会很贵。
Those fortunate enough to have sampled elvish honey say it is unlike any other food on planet Earth. Now when I read this, I was also thinking about this 中药味道的东西。
Yeah.
I think it may have an unusual flavor, but I don't necessarily want to try it.
Yeah. Well, when I read this, I felt, well, tell me about it.Yeah. 这么贵，你当然吃起来会跟人家不一样，而且你会告诉自己this is so expensive, so it must taste different.
Different, certainly, but good? We don't know.
We don't know, yeah. 好，所以这个句就是说怎么样？他说这些怎么样 those people, fortunate enough, 就是够幸运的这些人可以干嘛呢？ To, 这个其实也是英文常见的一个 chunk. Those fortunate enough to do something, 就是你够幸运可以做到这样事情的人。所以够幸运可以做到什么事情的人呢？可以 sample, 就品尝这个精灵蜂蜜的人。所以你够幸运可以品尝到精灵蜂蜜的人说呢，这个精灵蜂蜜呢 it is unlike any other food on planet Earth. 它跟地球上其他任何的食物都不一样。那当然那么贵。
Some serious foodies might really be interested in this.
Yeah.
But I think there are so many things in this life that we will not experience. We don't have to experience everything.
Yeah, 那真的人生有很多很多事情可以去体验，不一定要花那么多钱一定要去体验这种蜂蜜了。Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, we have a few short questions for you. Number one, what does the word colony in the Day 1 article mean?
第一篇文章里面这个 colony 这个字是什么意思呢？
The answer is B, a group of creatures that live together.
答案是 B, 一群住在一起的生物。
Number two, which of the following is true about honey?
以下关于蜂蜜的说法哪一项是
The answer is C, it gets its flavor from the plants bees feed on.
答案是 C, 它的味道来自于蜜蜂所吃的植物。
Number three, what is the Day 2 article mainly about?
第二天的文章主旨是什么？
The answer is A, a list of some costly varieties of honey.
答案是 A, 一些昂贵蜂蜜种类的清单。
And finally, number four, which of the following information is not correct?
下列哪一项资讯不正确？
There is a table here, and you need to go through a lot of information to find that the answer is letter C, where it says, in Israel, they have a honey called Uncaria, which is wrong. It's actually called life mel honey. So the answer is C.
好，所以正确答案是 C, 因为 C 讲说在以色列这个地方，它的蜂蜜的名称叫做 Uncaria, 不对，它的这个蜂蜜的名称叫做生命蜜，这个 life mel honey.
And wishing you all a very sweet rest of the day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.